Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, May 9th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDY, MSTY, Simsy, and Platey. All right, so let's get to it. My phone did not charge overnight, so I'm actually had to bring my charger in here in the garage. So hopefully we can make it here. So let's get to it. So who had trades yesterday? TSLY, Coney, your boy Conehead. The sound, I don't know if the sound's going to be any different, but my phone is flipped the other way. MSTY, yeah, they had a lot of trades. All right. Who else? Simsy and Platey had a bunch. And then we got our new friend, that's what we're going to call them, all right? So Robinhood ETF, it's out. Anyone buying it? What do we think? Is it good, bad? We'll see. Anyway, let's see what MSTY did. See if they made some good moves. Where the heck did we go? I'm out of sorts today. Hopefully this video works. There we go. Here's MSTY. All right, a lot of trades, man. Too many freaking trades. Buy to close. All right, so they closed some calls and they got whooped. Of course, we see what's going on. Bitcoin it's mooning, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down at the moment. So we're gonna lose our weeklies, most of them. So it's gonna be a little rough. But again, we'll see how it all works out. Weeklies versus synthetics. Synthetics should always beat or override the weekly loss plus them and then some, because remember, we're selling calls on about maybe 55%. Last time we looked on about 55% of the synthetics. So we'll have 45% uncapped. But we'll see how it all plays out. And then more buy to closes here. Yeah, so it is what it is. We'll run through the numbers on the sheet though. All right, so here is MSTY file. For anyone new to the channel, and I never do this really. I never help out the new people. I always assume everyone's been here. But I cover MSTY in great detail. So you'll notice MSTY has its own file. MSTY's its own monster. MSTY gets special treatment. The other ones I cover, TSLY, NVDY, Platey, Simsy, those I cover at the holdings level. It's still easy to tell kind of what's going on at that level, but we're not diving into the deep detail like we are with MSTY. So I just wanted to let you guys know that in advance. So if you're wondering why I'm covering, these a little differently, that's why. Well, the main reason why is you can't cover them. There's too much going on. You see all the trades. It's nearly impossible. MSTY's barely manageable itself. So anyway, enough of that. So here's MSTY. They have 7,000 contracts under the 330 synthetic. It expires next week. Maybe they'll leave it. I don't know. But they're priced MSTR is priced 25% above that, so it's worth a lot of money. The 390 now, MSTR is priced 6% above that, but that one expires in June, so they'll probably leave that alone for quite some time. Now, how did MSTR actually do yesterday, though? That is the question, right? So we got to zoom in. Again, a lot of trades yesterday. MSTR, it went up 5.58%, all right? MSTY, it went down 5.41%. I mean, obviously, it went down because it was ex-dividend date. On ex-dividend date, what happens is the ETF will drop by the amount of the distribution per share. And then obviously it will still move with the underlying. So it would have been down more. However, the underlying did go up. So obviously MSTY did go up. It didn't go up enough to recover the distribution, because if you look the day prior, it closed at 25.12 and we closed at 23.26. So how long will it take to recover? I think I saw that question. I mean, the answer is, who the hell says we're going to recover, right? But obviously, in this environment, we may recover pretty fast. But you know, you can't ask it like that. Like, oh, when are we going to recover from the distribution? We're not. Like, there's no guarantee of that. Like, it's not that simple. But obviously, crypto bull run, if that's going on, yeah, sure, we do look like we will recover. All right, so now what happened trade-wise yesterday? I mean, to be honest, too much. Now I got, my phone's all screwed up. I got the stupid, if you guys have an iPhone, the like, the black mark on the top is in the way now. All right, but whatever. Let's see, 6,100 contracts. They closed the 395. They lost their shirt. Yep, they paid about 23.62 to close that. And they lost about 7.8 million on that trade. So again, their weekly calls got blown through. What does that mean? That means MSTR is priced way above them. So when they close them out, they have to pay to close them out. They paid way more than the credit that they got to open. All right. So let's look at the others. So here's some 397.50s. You see them in yellow. Yeah, they got kind of whooped. And then you got a 400 in between. Yeah, that got whooped as well. How much though? How much did we lose on those? 59,000, 534,000, 1.2 mil, and then another 2 mil. Moving along here, 6,000 contracts at the 400. They paid 21.64 per share to close that. They lost about 7 million on that one. Let's keep going. 1,750 contracts on the 397.50. Again, destroyed. 4,400 contracts on the 395, and then more down below, about 5,000 contracts on the 395. So we lost another 4 mil, 10 mil, 5 mil, 5 mil. But again, when they sell the weeklies, remember how tight these were, right? These were some tight strikes. So it, what can you do? So what happened? Well, let's see. The day before, on the 5th, they opened the two 2,500 contracts at 395, right? And it turns out, not the bestest of bestest ideas, right? I know they had to use, well, I don't know if they had to use, but they had the contracts to use to, do the 395. And who the hell knew that we'd get some of this tariff news this week and then obviously, I don't know if we got Bitcoin news. I've seen some stuff rumbling around, fake news or not. Who the hell knows? Who the hell cares? But it just doesn't seem like it's slowing down. And then on the 7th, the day before yesterday, they opened 5,000 contracts at a 410. That's in the money already, man. That's in the money. Should they have opened that? I don't know. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? But maybe, sell the contracts you have to achieve your yield for the week, and then just let the others ride uncapped. I don't know. What's the best strategy at this point? Because they do have a prospectus to go by, so they do have to sell calls. It's not like you can't just stop. You can just stop selling calls, let the synthetic do what it's got to do. That's not what this is all about, right? This is about earning the income through weekly calls. Now, yesterday they opened a whole bunch of trades, and I'm not really going to go through them because it's all over the place, Misty Fund Manager making me work. They got expiration dates on 5/16. They got expiration dates back to 5/9. Then they went back to 5/16, and then back to 5/9, and then 5/16, right? And then they're obviously all above 400. Not that far out of the money. No credit call spreads, no butt buddies, no insurance. So they're riding solo. So what I'll do is I'll just show you on the MSTR Holdings tab, which again is a little more of chaos here. So we do in red, those are for next week. So let's focus on this week. Let's see if we can make sense of this. So for this week, what do we got? What do we got left over? Well, MSTR is at 414. All right. So we know that, right? We know that it's blowing up. It's blowing up. It's mooning, moon. Now we have a 400. That's in the money. We have a 402.50 in the money, 405 in the money, 410 in the money. The only ones out of the money is the 420 and the 425. So again, they closed out a lot of the trades yesterday. They took the hit. They left a few open. Again, maybe thinking MSTR will settle today. We'll kind of go flat or we'll go down. But looking at Bitcoin this morning, who knows? It does not look good. So they may take a pretty big hit on those. So I'm wondering if they're going to close out any of the synthetic in the process. So for next week, our calls are 1, 2, and 3% out of the money, which really not much room at all. Not much wiggle room at all in that aspect. So now if we look at the synthetics, what are they at? They're 330 and 390, okay? Now, again, MSTR is at what price? 414. So they may decide to make a move, even though that synthetic expires on June 20th. It's possible, right? They could do a synthetic bailout and close the synthetic and roll it up in strike price and cash that baby out, because we're going to be paying a lot in some of these weeklies. And it really stinks that if we look at the IV, and I'm going to go back to the IV, it's still only 67%. How in the hell is it only 67%? That's not really helping us right now. And when we sell the calls and how aggressive, like we have to be aggressive because look at that freaking IV. How are we going to yield what we got to yield? I don't know. It's pretty annoying, to be honest, that the IV is that low. But anyway, so that's the update on the holdings. We'll finish the holdings in a second. Let me finish the weeklies tab. So yeah, all new trades. Some expire today. Some expire next week. We'll just let it all play out, and then we'll do the final countdown. So yesterday, did people buy in? Yeah, people bought in. There was about an additional 4 million outstanding shares. So the fund, yeah, people buy on deck date, people buy on X date. Some people say the best time to buy is on X date. What I say to that is it depends what MSTR is doing. MSTR went freaking up 5%. So I don't consider, oh my God, yeah, that's a great time to buy. And in my eyes, no, sorry, but but who cares what I think? Anyway, outstanding shares 155 mil. Total net income now, we are in a loss position. We lost 37.6 million already on this cycle. So guess what? We cannot annualize that sucker. Sorry, no annualizing suckers. All right, so here's the breakdown here. Oh, I didn't even check if they added more Bitcoin. I'm assuming they didn't, but let's just review. The various funds that cover MSTR. MSTR, again, they went up 5.58%. Bravo to you. MSTY, we said, went up 3.16%, right? Oh, yeah. Well, it didn't. I took out the distribution because on the other screen, you can't tell how much it went up because the distribution got subtracted. So when I take out the distribution, MSTY actually did go up 3.16%, okay? And the reason I do that is because we want to see how it compares against the other funds. Right now, the only other fund is IMST, which only went up 0.68%. And it whooped IMST's ass because IMST's capped beyond belief. MST, unfortunately, probably would have beat them all, but it's not updating still. I don't know what Google, I don't know why, always new funds, man. Google takes a little bit to start updating. So hopefully they get to that soon. Come on, Google. Google Sheets, do this, do it. So once it updates, we'll know. Oh, yeah. Reaction, today's payday. Happy payday, everyone. You're getting a fat check from MSTY, right? Obviously, it's not a check anymore, not like the olden days, right? People don't even know what a check is, half of these people. But you're getting money in your account, or you're dripping, or whatever the heck you're doing. But MSTY should be paying today. For most brokers. Some brokers pay the Monday, which isn't stupid. But anyway, Group D declares in 26 days on June 4th. All right, so let's continue. Let's go to the payment information. So we got, let me make sure. Yeah, I did lock that in. What the heck is that? What is going on? Oh my God. This is weird. Everything's acting up, man. I don't want to mess around too much. I'll screw up something. All right, so for the weeklies, we said 37 mil. They did not do anything on the synthetics yet, but obviously the synthetics are very valuable. We'll see what they're worth in a second. So they lost about 24 cents per share so far. Because again, it's just the weeklies, cashing out the weeklies, taking the hit. Rodemater's useless, but if we look at the IV alone, 68% IV would pay $1.22. All right. So if we go back to the MSTR holdings, we covered the calls. Let's look at the synthetic value right now. Overall, the total synthetic is worth 281 mil. That's worth about 181 on paper. So that's pretty good, at least. We got that in our back pocket. The value of the fund, by the way, real quick, is 3.6 billion. We're gonna be hitting 4 billion probably soon. We'll see. We may have hit it without the freaking drop in the ex-dividend date, but who knows? The NAV is 23.57. Trade price 23.54. Let's look at this synthetic contract. Still at 89,015, which to me is unusual. I'm guessing they'll have to add today to the synthetic. There's a lot of new money coming in, man. So where's the new synthetics? But either way, maybe today they'll add those. Total synthetic contracts they're selling calls on, 53,318. That's about 59% of the portfolio, at least what I'm showing, assuming I got my formulas right. No credit call spreads attached, like no buy calls attached, no butt buddies, no insurance, no backup, no whatever. They're just doing the calls right now. Probably because the IV is so damn low and it's too expensive, to buy any calls, and it's not worth it, right? But who knows? By the way, Monday you can ask all these questions to the MSTY fund manager directly. With Jay, of course. Jay will be there as well. So we got two options geniuses to talk to on Monday and pick their brain. All right, IMST again. Man, they're not doing much, man, but we'll have to cover them. We'll see what they're doing. Well, they got two calls. One expires. Does one expire today? Yeah, man. One expires today. The 390. The 390 expires today. Again, I don't know if they share intraday trades. I don't think they do. I'll double check, though. That's 5% in the money anyway, so they're gonna lose some money on that one. And the 350 expires next week. That's the bad one, right? That's the bad one. That's the one where they had the most of their contracts. That's 15% in the money. That's the one keeping them capped. They got to get out of that thing, especially during this bull market. Who's running this? Again, maybe my formula's not working, right? I don't know. I have to double check the holdings on their website. Make sure this is refreshing. I didn't even think about that. So it could be my screw up. MST. Nobody answered me. I figured it out myself, actually. I've replicated what I saw on the others. I just copied the website and I typed in table 1. The other one was table 3. This is the first table I saw, so hey, it worked. Believe it or not, I figured this crap out myself. I'm even surprised. All right, so this is MST, and to be honest, it's a little complex, and I didn't really go through it, so I can't really give it any justice. But what you'll see at the top, they got some swaps at the top, which I believe is part of the carrying the exposure. I did take a little snippet from the prospectus. It says the fund seeks to achieve its investment objective by entering into derivative transactions such as the swap agreements to gain long exposure to MSTR. So maybe this swap agreement up here is for some long exposure in MSTR. But so are the options, though. Because if you look right below it, this is a buy call, a 300 too. Cha-ching! This one expires today. They're going to make bank off this for sure. A lot. They're going to do well on this. But yeah, that's a loaner. What does that represent, though, right? I don't know. Number of shares, 295. It's just a buy call. Below it, they're doing call credit spreads. So, could you call just, is that like a synthetic in its own, just without the put part? I don't know. We'll get used to this fund in due time. Plus, this is a Defiance fund. We could ask, I think, title J, the MSTY fund manager, I believe, is in charge of this. So we can ask him about this one as well. I know it's all things MSTY Monday, but still, this one is, we don't know much about this one. But also, I want to talk to Sylvia again, if I could, about this one as well, to see her thoughts and opinion. But anyway, what are they doing? Credit call spreads, right? What are they doing? Selling a call 410, great. Buying a call 445. Yeah, so selling a call, lower strike. Buying a call, higher strike. That's the bear credit call spread, bullet, whatever the heck they call it. I don't freaking know. But anyway, they got that going on. And they both, when do they expire? May 9th and May 16th. So we'll see how that all plays out. Again, we're not going to dive too much into these funds, but we do have the holdings just to get an idea of what it looks like, what their strategy is, who the competitors are of MSTY. All right. All right. So that's the coverage on MSTY. Again, little out of it today with my whole freaking phone setup. But let's move on. So what else we got? We got who else had trades? TSLY had trades, I believe. Yeah, buy to close. I am sweating my ass off. And I need more water. Sorry, late night last night too. Baseball game. We won. All right, anyway. Buy to close call. They paid about 20 cents. Great. They opened a new position for next week. They got about 2.1 mil, 297.50 strike. Okay, great. And let's move on. Too quiet now. Too quiet. All right, so how did TSLY do yesterday? TSLY, they went up 3.02%. TSLY, they went up 3.15%, a little more. So good job, TSLY. You beat the underlying on an up day. How? I don't know. I don't care, but they did. All right, so synthetic-wise, what's going on? Well, they got a 280. That expires when? Next week, right? May 16th. It's doing well. Well, it's not doing well. It's doing okay, actually. TSLY's at 284. The 270 is doing pretty well, but that expires July 18th. Now, as far as calls go for today, anything not highlighted in red font expires today. They have 5 strike prices. 287.50 is the lowest. That's 0.94% out of the money. And then they have a 297.50, a 300, and a 302.50, and a 305. The 305 is the highest strike price. That is 7.09% out of the money. So they are kind of scattered-y-do. So they are 0, 4, 5, 6, and 7% out of the money. Are they safe? I don't know, man. The market's been going up and up and up and up and up and up. But we'll see. TSLY kind of does its own thing anyway. So, and then these calls down here, these are for next week. Only 4% out of the money, so we'll see how that holds up. That could get blown through today for all we know. All right, so the value of the TSLY fund is $1 billion. The NAV is 857. Trade price, same thing. Synthetic is worth about what? 49 mil. That's 42 cents per share. 30-day IV of TSLY is 60%, so still holding strong. Again, that's pretty good for them. IV estimate based on that, 40 cents. Income estimate is $1.29, which is really, really good considering they're coming up next, right? Declaration date next week. When do they declare? 5 days away, May 14th. So we will look forward to that. Up next is NVDY. I don't think they had trades, but again, you got to confirm because the brain don't work anymore. So the next one here, yeah, we see Coney, Mr. Conehead. So we'll go back to NVDY. There we go. All right, so here's NVIDIA and NVDY. This is the comparison of the one-day price change. So NVIDIA went up in price by 0.26%. NVIDIA went up more by 2.5 times 0.65% increase. So it's pretty good day. All right, let's look at their synthetics. They have a 110, but that's it, just a 110, but two expirations. One that expires next week, and another that expires July 18th. But again, right now they're in a great position, so we don't really have to say anything more about them. They can close out the one that expires next week now, but they don't have to. So for today, we go to the left. Why today? Yep, May 9th. May 9th is today, expiration date. They're selling calls. They have 3 strikes, 118, 119, 120. If we stay where we're at, if NVIDIA stays exactly where it's at price-wise, and where is it at price-wise? Let's look. 117.37. It is just below the 118. This could expire worthless. Obviously, they're not going to let it expire worthless because they roll their positions so they can get their positions working through the weekend. So what will happen is they'll do a buy to close on this, and then they'll sell the open on the new. So they're always going to pay something. But my point is if we stay where we're at, the buy to close will be very, very cheap on the 118, depending on how long they wait, how much time value they let expire. If they wait till 350, yeah, man, it's gonna be like a freaking penny, right? A penny for all these, right? A penny's the lowest you pay, at least from what we've seen. You can't pay zero, you can't pay 0.05, a half a penny, right? It's pretty much a penny. So that's best case scenario. But if Nvidia goes up, yeah, of course, we're gonna have to pay a little, depending on whatever the break even. It could be more than what we got for the open or not. But as of right now, what do we want to happen to Nvidia? Yeah, just chillax, man. Take a day off, Nvidia. Don't do much. If you're gonna do anything, just chill. Just chill. You can go up maybe a fraction, maybe a little 0.2%, or you can go down a little, But yeah, that's kind of where we stand with NVIDIA. The value of the NVIDIA fund, 1.3 bill. So it's been over $1 bill forever. The NAV is 1539, trade price 1536. Synthetic is worth $1.04, so nothing crazy there. 30-day IV, 53%. IV estimate based on that, 63 cents. Income estimate, just around the same price, 60 cents. Group B declares when? 12 days. So they're not next week, they're the week after on May 21st. Okay, up next is Coney. So let's see what they got going on. Well, they had trades, so we got to go check it out. All right, there they are, Coney, Mr. Conehead. What you do to move to my cone? Nah. All right, so Mr. Conehead, did they make money? I added these up. It didn't really, I think it was a debit. So they did not make money. Let's see, buy to close put. They closed the 195. That one made money, and then we're right here. They got closed here. What is this? They closed at 220. It expired next week, and they lost on that one because they're only at 206 at the moment, right? Coin seems to be moving a little slower than these other crypto suckers, so we'll see. But the new position now is a 200. Again, coin being at 206, it's already ahead of the game, so we'll see how all that plays out. And then what do they got here? What are they at? Yeah, more to the 200. So $200 strike price is the new synthetic. So basically, they closed their synthetics and moved it to 200, and the expiration date on the 200, June 20th. Okay, back to our regular scheduled program. Coin, how'd you do yesterday? Well, Coin went up 4.81%. Coney went up 4.31%. So that is a 89% capture. So that's pretty good. Here again is the one individual synthetic. So not much to talk about. It's a 200 strike. It expires June 20th. Let's leave it alone. Call wise, all of their calls expire today. All right. So today being Friday expiration date. How they doing? Well, how they doing? They got 4 strikes. And yeah, we can call it scattered-do, right? They got 4, and they're all out of the money. 4, 6, 7, and 8% out of the money. So they do have some room, a little wiggle room, not like some of these others. So looking good position for Coney to be in at this very moment. The value of the Coney fund is about $1 bill. The NAV is 767. Trade price 765. So yeah, single digit price, but they took a hit. What can you do? Synthetic bailout money, it's only worth about 30 cents per share. So again, we'll leave that be. 30-day IV of coin, that's 63%. IV estimate based on that, 38 cents. Income estimate is at 42. Group C declares in 19 days on May 28th. Okay. Up next is your boy Simsy. I believe Simsy did have trades, so we will go back to the trade party here. A lot going on. See. All right, so SMCY. What the heck went on yesterday? Well, they did a buy to close right at the top. They closed a 34 strike, and they paid 8 cents. So good. They won that trade. And then they, those 6,000 contracts they closed, they opened a new position, a 34.50, which is actually the same strike, 7% out of the money for next week expiration. And then here they did a buy to close. They closed at 35. They paid 12 cents. So cheap chump change, baby. And then they opened a new position. They rolled a strike down, actually, to 34. down and out with a 5/16 expiration. So, you know, Simsy winning their trades, open new positions for next week. Okay, so the birds are not loud today. Sorry, no birdie noises. Is that a good birdie noise? Anyway, that was a horrible birdie noise. I could do I won't get into animal noises, but I could do many. All right, SMCI. What they do? They went down. They went down on their on SMCY's ex dividend date. That's gonna hurt, right? SMCI went down 1.15%. SMCY went down 8.98%. Good Lord. All right, but again, they dropped because of ex dividend date plus the underlying. All right, so how is their synthetic doing? They have a $31 synthetic. It expires June 20th, and it's doing just fine because SMCI is at 32. Now, look here, everyone. I need more water, sorry. All right, so most of these contracts, you could see the font in red. Most of their contracts expire next week. So the concern today, just today, when we talk about just today, we just look at these. Look at these. 14,136 contracts, 33.50 strike price, 4.33% out of the money. Are we going to win this trade, baby? Maybe we won't. Who knows? SMCI, don't look like it. Did it move much? I don't know. We'll check out the pre-market. And then these are for next week. Anywhere from 2, 5, 7, and 9% out of the money. Are they safe? Again, who the hell knows? We got a long time to talk about those. All right, so the value of the Simsy fund is 149 mil. The NAV is 1677. Trade price 1682. So unfortunately, yeah, they keep going down in price. Synthetic is worth 68 cents per share. 30-day IV, 75%. Again, still holding strong. IV estimate based on that, 98 cents. Income estimate, I'll update after today. I'm waiting for Group D to all fill in on the pivot table. But they declare again in 26 days on June 4th. Okay, moving along here. Up next is your boy Platey. Platey has some massive trades yesterday. Let's go take a look. Here we go. All right, I'm about to turn this freaking heater on again. Be sweating my ass off. All right, so I'm waiting for the breaker to blow over here. We got the fridge going, the heater, the phone, the whole back. A lot to ask out of the garage outlet right now. Anyway, what the heck is this, right? This is Platey. What the heck happened? What did they do? Oh my God. Well, look, buy to close put, purple alert. They closed the put. What? So do you remember their synthetics? Yeah, man, you should. They were making bank, bro. Now they officially made bank. Realized income bank. So they closed the synthetic 100. Look at that call, man. That made them about 51 mil. Good Lord. They made a new synthetic of 115. So obviously they had to pay for that. Okay, great, wonderful. Now, what else? They're closing calls at the same time. Yeah, they lost their shirt a little bit on there. They paid about 1.6 mil, closing out the 113. And then here they closed the 113 again, and then another what's this? About to close. Ooh. At a 138. Damn. How the hell they have a 138? Wow, they won that trade. 115, they lost that trade for sure. And then at 125. But I wanted to do a subtotal on this, but because the real story is they cashed out, the $100 synthetic. They made 37 million net in one day. Realized income right there on Platey. So that's good stuff, right? That's good stuff. So let's go to the Platey spreadsheet. Palantir. So how you doing? Wow, holy crap, they had a good day. They went up 7.28%. Platey went up 6.31%. Now, that's an 86% capture. So, again, that's pretty damn good. I saw a comment yesterday that they appreciate that, I still do this even though I don't even look at the market. And that's true. Some days I don't have time. Most of you know this. When you work full time, you can't look at the freaking market. Like, you don't have time. Like, you literally don't have time. So sometimes, yeah, I make these videos. I have no idea what the hell happened the previous day. I don't watch the news. I don't read the news. Because even when I'm done working, most of the time I got baseball after work. And even if I don't have baseball, I'm playing with my kids outside anyway. So there is no time to read. And I don't freaking care anyway. I honestly don't care. The market's going to do what it's going to do. As long, I'll see like the big events here and there, maybe on the Twitter feed or, Facebook, whatever. But yeah, whatever, man. So obviously there's certain things like I may not be aware of, like on Palantir. Why the hell did it go up? I don't know. Probably something with a tariff, right? Whatever. But anyway, moving along here. What do they got here? They got a synthetic 115. Palantir's at 119, but this synthetic expires July 18th. So what the heck is going on here? Look at this. So May 9th, one trade expires today. The rest expires next week. Okay. So let's look at that one trade that expires today. Let's get that in the picture by itself. I'm all by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself anymore. All right, so the 125 all by itself, 4.91% out of the money. Could be safe. I don't know, but not a bad spot. The next week, man, we got a lot going on here. They're 3, 4, 5% out of the money. That definitely probably not safe. But who knows? They do got their butt buddies just in case they get blown through. But again, I don't like talking about next week yet. Let's let this week finish. Man, this heater heats up quick. The value of the Platey fund is 311 mil. The NAV is 67.29. Trade price 67.21. Now check these numbers out. All right, synthetic wise, remember they cashed out their synthetic. Their new synthetic is already worth 284 per share. This thing is a freaking beast. It's a beast. It's a beast. Is it the GOAT? Sorry, not yet. It's gonna take a long time for you to be the GOAT. All right, so but they're in it. Look at their IV, 61%, not bad. IV estimate based on that 317. Now look at this. I mean, are you freaking kidding me? Seriously, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? 1744 income, realized income. What? 1744. What? 1744. Holy crap! I can't wait to do their guesstimate. Anyway, Group B declares in 12 days, May 21st. All right, that's it. That's the funds. That's the YieldMax. That's the. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll go to the pre-market. We'll see where we stand heading into the pre-market. And then I'll talk about my options trades, which there really weren't many. Because, I don't know, I forget why. But I just didn't have the time. Anyway, so let's go to the pre-market and then we'll talk. All right, so I'll hit refresh. Subscribe. Yeah. Hello, Market Watch. Or subscribe. No, thank you. I'll pass on that. I don't want to subscribe. How do I X out of this on this freaking screen? Is it going to let me? Oh, God. If I X that, I can't get the X in the picture. Oh, finally. All right. So here we go. Here's pre-market. I'm running super late. It's 6:04 a.m. as you can see, so I'm going to read these really quick. Tesla is up 1.18%, 288.14. TSLY is up 1.05%, 866. Nvidia is up 0.64%, 118.12. NVDY is up 0.78%, 1548. Coin is down 1.44%, 203.52. Coney is down 0.78%, 759. MSTR is up 1.84%, 421.99. MSTY is up 1.1%, 2380. TSLY is up 2.22%, 1060. TNA is down 0.22%, 2784. Bitcoin, they're popping, kind of. 102,909, up 1.57%. BitX is up 3.06%, 5225. Saxo is up 3.44%, 1413. SMCI is up 0.75%, 3235. SMCY is up 0.42%, 1689. Plater is up, it's down 0.04%, 11910. Platey is up 0.48%, 6753. UPRO is up 0.31%, 7138. And then TQQQ is up 0.91%, 5965. All right, sorry for going so fast, but again, obviously you see the time. So that's it on the YieldMax coverage. Now to my options coverage for anyone dropping that just watched all of that. I appreciate it and thank you very much. Now on to the options. So Misty, no trade yesterday. Again, I'm not selling a put when Misty's blowing up like this. I will consider selling calls when my cost basis is caught up. And I don't even know my cost basis offhand anymore. I'll have to go check it out. All right, TSLL yesterday. What the heck was yesterday? Yesterday was the 8th. Yeah, today's the 9th. Yeah. I did roll. I had to roll I had a 9 and a 950. If you look up here, right? The 9 and 950, they expire May 9th. And if you look at TSLL, it's at 1037. So I did not want these to get assigned overnight. So if you see, I did a rolling order. So those are now closed. Those positions are now closed. And now we have new positions. You'll see here a 9 and a 950, right? So if I scroll here for the $9, you go to premium per share. I did a buy to close on the top part, right? The top one, which expired today, cost me $120. But for this one, I got $142. So you see in the formula down bottom left, $142 minus $120. I got 22 cents per share to roll that order. So I received $22 in premium, which was a 98% annualized yield. So again, pretty much acting just like, a dividend stock in a way, right? I've sold calls that got blown through, but I'm gonna roll them, collect the distribution, premium, whatever you want to call it, along the way. If they get assigned early, again, that could happen, but so be it. All good. Now for the 950, again, that one's obviously still in danger, a little less. The premium I got for that, I didn't update I didn't show how much I paid to close, but anyway, I got 25 cents per share, 107% annualized yield. So that's what I did on that. And then I sold a new call. Maybe I should have waited. I don't know. But I don't want to think the market's just going to keep going up. I got to take advantage of this, huge upside. I sold a call with a $12 strike, 18% out of the money. That's pretty high, right? 18% out of the money. It expires next week. The delta on that was 20 even, 0.20 even. The premium was actually the same, 0.2. And that was obviously $20 total, 100 shares. That's a 90% annualized yield. So again, 3 trades yesterday, pretty good. What else do I have expiring today? Well, if you look call-wise, I got rid of the 9, the 950. The 10 is in danger. I didn't do anything with the 10. Because why? Well, because look where it's at 1037. It's possible it will go below 10. And if it does, I'll let this one expire worthless, If it doesn't, I will roll this. And I will roll it, I don't know, maybe mid-afternoon. We'll see. What else expires today? Well, the rest are puts, really, that expire today. So the puts, let's see. We got a 7, 850, a 10. Yeah, 7 and 850 and a 10. This 8 is for next week. So 7, 7, 850, and 10. So it's TSLL. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Is TSLL below any of those, right? Is TSLL price below, what's the first one? 7. No. So obviously this one's not in danger at all. If it goes below 7, I'll have to buy, those shares at $7. But TSLL is at 1037, so obviously that one's safe. The 850, certainly safe. The 10, is it safe? Probably not. Probably, but we'll see. If needed, I'll roll this one. But again, you saw the call. I have the $10 call, and I got a $10 put. So if it goes below 10, obviously I'll have to roll the put. If it goes above 10, I'll have to roll the call. But one of these is going to expire worthless. If we close just at 10, I may have to roll both of them because I may not want the risk of assignment. Although maybe I want the shares at $10. I don't know. For the put wise, we'll see. So that's the update on TSLL. Again, I'm trying to go as faster than usual. NVDX, no update. Again, I'm selling a call for 7. This thing's going to get assigned, and then we can move on from NVDX. Yesterday, again, was the 8th. I rolled my 24 and my 25. Why? Because, TNA is at 27.90. I did not want these to get assigned overnight. These were calls, remember. So you see the 2 rolling orders. So the 24 and the 25, I've rolled them from expiring today to expiring next week, 5/16 expiration. How much did I collect? Well, again, I collected 319 for the new position, but I had to subtract out 289 for the buy to close in the old position. So 30 cents on that. And then the other one, I collected 350. Subtract out what I did a buy to close was 320, so 30 cents total there. So $30 each, $60 total for doing those two rolling orders. What else did I do yesterday? I sold an additional call here. Let's take a look. Again, the price was at around 28 bucks. TNA was. I did a call for 32. It was 13% out of the money. 0.13 delta, so pretty safe. Again, anything under 0.2, pretty safe in general. The premium per share on that, 21 cents, so $21 total. So yesterday for trading, basically I made 81 bucks. All right. Now, what else do we have expiring today? Well, if we look here, again, the 24 and the 25, those are officially rolled. I have a $30 call. Is that in danger? Let's see. TNA is at $27.90. I would say no. So that's probably going to expire worthless. I do have two puts. I have a 27 and a 24. Is TNA in danger of going below the 24? No. Is TNA in danger of going below the 27? Yes. So I have to keep an eye on that one as well. So that's kind of where we stand. I plan on doing quite a few trades if I can today, because I checked my income for the week. I'm at $317 between all of the trades. Again, I'd like to make $400 to $500 per week. I don't want to force anything, but at the same time, that's what I want to make. So, and I'm going to, now that again, things are getting a little better, so I can squeeze in a few degen plays, and I'll show you when I do them. I did one this week, so I'll do one probably maybe today for next week if I'm out of the woodwork on those degen plays. Degen plays just meaning like I could sell a put at the money or something like that. I'm not sure if I'll do selling calls at the money because my cost base is so bad, but we'll see. You never know. All right, so that's the update on my options trading. And again, I'm sorry for rushing it, but we kind of got to get moving. We got to get this posted and move on with our day and then start working. But yeah, man, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we'll do better tomorrow. Hopefully my phone's charged tomorrow. I don't have to bring the whole shebang in the garage, and I don't have to flip my phone the other way to freaking record. But it is what it is. We're at a source, but we finished. We made it through. We made it through the freaking video. So great. If you guys enjoy this content, you're allowed to hit the like button. You can hit the thumbs up. YouTube will say, okay, people like this dude. Let's help him. Let's help him get out. Right? They'll throw me in the algorithms, and I'll pop up maybe on someone's screen, right? And they'll be like, "Ooh, what's that? What's that weird thumbnail?" And they won't click it, right? No, who knows? Anyway, if you have any questions or concerns, leave them down in the comments below. Outside of that, I got nothing but the keyword. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to say the keyword. So what is the keyword? I don't know, man. I got no energy. Got no energy for this. Got no energy for keywords. But Misty Payday, man. Misty Payday. And I know it's personal, but really, it's YouTube. Who knows your YouTube names anyway, right? So if you're comfortable, the keyword today is sharing your Misty distribution payment. You could do, if you have it in multiple accounts, you can share them individually, break down. You can share the total amount, right? And go from there. So only if you're comfortable. If not, then don't bother, right? Then you could just say bank, bro. All right. So there's two options. Today's keyword, again, if you're new to the channel, we do keywords. I know, corny as hell, but it proves to me and others you made it to the end of the video. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, type in down below how much you're making today in Misty distribution. It's a good day, man. It's a good day. We should all be happy. And, proud that we're holding it. We're finally like making bank again. It's a good day. So let's celebrate by sharing our distribution payments. Whether small, large, who cares, man? We all start somewhere. Let's all be grateful of, collecting that nice Misty distribution. So again, if you're comfortable, feel free to share that down below. If not, the keyword is, guess what? Bank, bro, because we making bank. All right, that's all I got for today. And for real, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Have a great work day, everyone, if you're going to work. If not, have a great nap day, you retirees. Stay healthy. Go exercise. Go for a walk on your lunch break. To go do whatever. I got to get my ass moving, too. Hope maybe I can get a jog in today. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Might rain. Who knows? Baseball again tonight, of course. Of course, Saturday, yep. Sunday, yep. And then Mother's Day, right? Yeah. There's always something going on. Anyway, I'm out of here. I hope everyone has a great day. And again, thank you for watching. Later.